Millions and millions of Americans right now are extremely concerned because their SNAP benefits, their food stamps, their nutrition assistance has been cut, or they're concerned the cut is coming. Today, we're going to discuss why this is happening, what was passed in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and what this means for you and I moving forward. I know a lot of people that do receive SNAP benefits are extremely worried because of all the stories that we're hearing. But it's not just the individuals. Businesses are concerned as well. Grocery stores are concerned as well. And so are food banks. I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and why you should be looking at this. Okay, because this right here is not just a now problem. It has been a problem in the past as well. So I'll get right down to it. But first, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. Look at this right here. It says SNAP cuts bring increased demand at local food bank. Now, here's what I find very interesting. Normally, we could walk into a grocery store, and normally in the back of the stores, and I know they do this a lot at places like Grocery Outlet, Safeway, Kroger, Fred Meyer, Albertsons, places like that. And even Walmart does it here and there. But in the back of the store or on the side of their grocery section, they have these shelves that they put food that is about to expire. Now, this could be bread and cereals and juices and box dinners and things like that. Well, I've been saying this for years. Go and talk to your local grocery store and ask. If you need assistance, go and ask for help. Say, hey, I know that a lot of grocery stores do this. Are you one of those stores? And if you are, if there's any grocery products that are reaching their expiration date, then at that date, I'd love to be able to take those off your hands. And for most of these grocery stores, they are going to allow you to do that, or they did. Listen to this. So a community member sent me a message just the other day saying they went to a local grocery store and asked for their expired food, okay, which meant it expired that day. Here's what the person said. Sorry, we are no longer giving away the food at the store. If you would like a food box, then you must pick it up at the local food bank. Essentially what is happening is these grocery stores are now realizing that food banks are ill-prepared. They will not have enough food for the amount of people that are now coming into the food banks. And this is why I'm bringing this to your attention. You may not be getting food stamps or your benefits have been reduced. Now the food banks are going to see more and more people show up. The problem is their donations are still limited. That's a huge issue. Now, I want to read this to you though. How does the One Big Beautiful Bill Act affect SNAP? Well, let's read it. It says right here, you don't need to know what SNAP is. You know what SNAP is. How does the One Big Beautiful Bill affect SNAP? First, SNAP eligibility. It says prior to the enactment of the OBA, which is the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, U.S. citizens and certain lawfully present non-citizens have been eligible for SNAP benefits if they meet other income and non-financial requirements for the program. Lawfully present non-citizen groups eligible for SNAP include refugees, asylees, victims of trafficking, Asians, Cuban, you can see the list. Anyway, SNAP is not and has never been available to undocumented non-citizens. Okay. Now, here we go. It says right here, Section 10108 eliminates text in the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 that made refugees eligible for SNAP, thus rendering refugees now ineligible for SNAP. The rewritten text also excludes other immigrant groups from SNAP eligibility, such as asylees, victims of trafficking, people granted a withholding of removal, survivors of domestic violence who have filed a self-petition under the Violence Against Women Act, and persons granted humanitarian parolee for a period of at least 1 year. Okay. Now, here's the big thing. It says federal regulation allows up to 4 months for states to implement SNAP eligibility changes, and that non-income eligibility factors shall be deferred until the household's scheduled recertification. In other words, current SNAP recipients could see the impact of their change at their next recertification with their respective state agencies. Now, here's the thing. We have seen SNAP change on the federal level, but now states are going back in and recertifying people. I want to show you something. Look at this right here, okay? This one right here. Look at this. This is interesting.
Someone reported me to DHS for selling my food stamps online for cash. So now all my welfare benefits are gone.
One thing that you need to keep in mind is that what this person is saying, this is nothing new. People have been selling their food stamps for cash. People would sell, especially like people on WIC, that program. They would sell things like milk. They'd sell formula. This is stuff that's been going on for years, and this is something that the federal government wants to crack down on. Well, now it looks like they're going to do that. Let's keep listening.
I can no longer collect welfare in the state of Michigan ever, for life, for selling my food stamps for cash because I needed to pay my bills. So, $4,300 in food stamps a month, $2,100 in cash assistance, my Section 8, all of our disability cases are gone.
Yeah, that's what's happening. But guess what? That's just one piece of it, where people are reporting, hey, I know this person is receiving X amount of benefits. You may want to look into it. And then people are looking into it. But here's the interesting thing. People are also now being asked to recertify to make sure that their certain things have changed. Make sure, okay, you're getting more money from your job. Okay, that changes things. Oh, you have a roommate? Well, that changes things, and they pay half your rent. Yeah, that impacts things. Oh, your kids don't stay with you that much? Yeah, that impacts things. Well, listen to this.
Good morning. Update on the food stamp situation. Yes, my food stamps got cut dramatically. Y'all please be prepared. It got cut dramatically. Literally nothing in my life has changed. They cut my stuff off, then made me reapply. I reapplied and it's been cut dramatically.
Now, you're gonna hear how much she's gonna lose every single month as a result of this. But this is something that states are doing, where they are just gonna stop benefits and make people reapply. And once they reapply and they get the new numbers, then they're going to figure out, okay, is this somebody that should be receiving SNAP benefits? Should they be receiving other benefits as well? Well, we're going to find that out.
And I have had no changes from when it was before. I went from getting $536 a month to $82 a month. And now there is a deductible on my Medicaid.
Okay. So let's say $560 to $80. Okay? So $480 less every single month. For many people, it's going to be very difficult for them to even, pay for food, buy food. That's going to be a struggle. I want to play you one other clip though. Listen to this, because a lot of people say that this isn't real, but it is. Okay? The amount of money that's going out to SNAP beneficiaries in some cases is insane. And now some people are complaining that, okay, I used to get $1,000 or $1,500 a month in SNAP benefits, and now I'm only getting a few $100s. $1,500 a month in food, that is a massive amount of food. Listen to this though.
A welfare recipient received $2,800 in SNAP benefits just got a letter from HSA stating that they are cutting his SNAP down to $300, and he is absolutely perplexed at the situation. He voted for Trump, but apparently he misconstrued what Trump is saying. Now, he is saying that the reason why he voted for Trump was that Trump was going to help the poor people out. And he's assuming that the welfare system is a permanent system. Listen to what he has to say.
Has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now, what am I supposed to do?
Get a job.
So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration, all this shit, whatever, that all these cuts and whatever he's doing over there, now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids.
Yeah. So essentially what the Trump administration is saying is that if you have a bunch of kids, well, for one, it's on you. Okay? But here's the thing. We knew that the Trump administration was going to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. Okay? Now, is this fraud? No. He has 5 kids. He was initially eligible for this amount. But, so right there, no fraud. What about waste? Well, for some people, they go and buy things that it's just ice cream and candy bars and sodas and chips, and it's wasteful because you don't get the nutrition value in those foods. It's just not there, as opposed to getting fruits and vegetables and good cuts of meats and things like that. And so the Trump administration is saying, well, that's kind of wasteful. But then there's abuse. And this is where the video I showed you before, where somebody is selling their food stamps in order to pay their other bills. That right there is what the Trump administration wants to cut out. He also wants to cut out abuse where people are taking on all this additional assistance. Food stamps, okay? They're getting welfare, they're getting everything, Section 8, whatever it may be. They're getting all these other things. And it's paid for by the taxpayers. And it's given to them because they're abusing the system because they don't want to go to work. Not because they can't, because they don't want to. That's the difference. So right now, keep in mind that SNAP benefits, when we're going to see this, we're going to see grocery stores struggle as a result of people not coming in and buying food. But prices are going to come down. So that's interesting. We're also going to see food banks. They are going to struggle to receive enough donations to help out the amount of people that they're trying to serve. That's another issue. But keep in mind that this may not be the end of it, because the Trump administration, they cracked down on the federal level. But now it's going to come to the states. And the states, in my opinion, is where there's going to be the most pain. That's where we're going to see the pain. So we haven't seen it yet, but it is coming. Be prepared over the next 3 to 6 months, because if you are currently receiving SNAP benefits, you could see a massive change here before the end of the year. So I'll leave you with that, but if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.